and welcome back to our
channel.
Well, we are Judy and
Christoph.
Yeah, and this is the Judy and Chris family. And anyway, so we had our Instagram live last week. And what did people ask for?
People actually wanted to see us cooking for a recipe, and as it's the end of the week, we thought everybody would enjoy that we are cooking this weekend.
Yeah.
Something delicious that we were having in our fridge.
Yeah, so we are decided to do a cooking recipe. Well, it's Christoph's cooking recipe. As you all know, this whole time I have been admitting, I have fully admitted that Christoph is a better cook.
That's
At
true.
some stuff though. Like, there's some stuff that I can cook. There's some stuff that I can cook very well, but he can cook. So anyway, so we have decided to do one of the simple recipes.
Yeah.
That you can
Some
do.
pasta.
Yeah. Some pasta and with simple ingredients that you can buy anywhere in Kenya as well as Europe or anywhere else. So we are going to be doing, what are we cooking?
I would say it's a personal variation of spaghetti aglio olio.
Yeah.
So, I can quickly guide you through what I have in mind. So first we have some fresh herbs, some parsley. Then we have a lot of garlic. Like, I would say it's a handful. We have also some lemon. Then some stoneless olives, an onion. So, like, we are going to chop all these things up. We are going to guide you through this. And what is actually a little bit more hard to find, a piece of Parmigiano.
Cheese.
So this Parmigiano, like, you can also use, how's it called, Grana Padano. And in town, actually, you will find it in the supermarket, but obviously not in the small shops. So, like, it's a little bit something to search for. And we also brought some proper spaghettis, which apparently is also quite hard to find in Kenya, because, like, in Kenya it appears there's a lot of spaghettis that are really thin, like spaghettini. So if you would like to recreate a recipe, try and find some of the thicker.
Yeah, like we found out like those. So I don't know if you guys can see the size of like one of those. They're really thick. Maybe I should open and show you.
Actually, it's not really spaghetti here. How is it called? Bavatine.
Yeah, bavatine. So it's.
But this is the only ones that are coming close to the like, size of real spaghettis, actually.
Yeah, so those are like the big ones that we have found so far here from this brand, Divella. Yeah, so but you have to take the number 15 one. That's the big one. The others is really slim, and then they make like the spaghettis taste weird. It's different. It's really different.
I just noticed that they are actually not round, they are flat.
They're just flat. They're not round.
So
but these
again,
are
not
better.
real spaghetti.
Yeah, but these are better than the other ones, because the other ones are really kind of small, babe.
Yeah, it's like having your fairy hair.
Yeah, it's like really tiny, and it's not really tasty, especially if you do it with bolognese. It gets kind of lost in there.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's really annoying.
So
anyway,
we are not
that's a different
yet.
recipe.
We're not done yet.
But
we are
something
also going
else?
to take some carbs.
Yeah.
Then very important to spice it up, you have some either real chili. We unfortunately didn't have it in our fridge this evening, and really important olive oil. Take real olive oil and not other cooking oil, because it makes a hell of a difference, and you don't want to eat it like with yeah, frying oil or anything.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is a really simple dish to make, but even though I've seen Christoph make it, I always want him to make it instead of me. So we will all be learning, including me, because I've never really paid like full attention to want to cook it, because I know he will always cook it if we want to eat it.
Okay.
So now maybe it's also learning time for me, and maybe I might tell you some of the things that I was taught to cook, how, because I know you cook spaghetti differently from me. Maybe I'll tell you or point out a few things that I think you do different from what I've seen people do here in Kenya.
Okay.
Or with my mom, and then you can tell me why maybe it's not ideal to do it, or why you should do it.
Okay.
But anyway.
Okay, so again, like a quick overview of what we are using. We have the garlic, we have some olives, we have parsley, some fresh lemon, parmigiano, an onion, chili flakes. Over here we have, where it is, the carbs, and very important, the olive oil. Yeah, guys, chopping the parsley, you do not need to be like super sensitive with the stuff. We are going to fry it in the olive oil later, so just make sure like it's not like super big leaves anymore. It just need to be cut. Okay. Usually when I'm chopping onions, then I'm not chopping the entire thing, but I will cut right so there is like a little piece of onion uncut, because when I am going to chop it later, like it will kind of stick together, and then it's easier to make it a little bit fine. So I can just cut it down like this, and then you have like not a lot of big chunks, but actually it will become a little bit tinier. You can also like slice it one more time like this, but actually like you have a good amount of small chunks now. Similar, you can go about with the garlic. I'm usually just to take it like this way, and then again you can just do a little bit of small stripes, but with this ones actually like I do not do it like super tiny, but a little bit chunky, so you have some good flavor if you are so lucky to have one piece of garlic in your mouth on your spoon.
So babe, as we're here chopping these things up, yeah, why did you learn to make this dish? I don't know if I ever asked actually.
Actually, like it was more or less in innovation, or not an innovation. I actually looked something up similar. So when I was in New Zealand, I was hanging out in a hostel, and there was a woman showing up, and she was bringing a few kg of parsley, and actually I had no idea what to cook with all the parsley. So because everyone,
she was bringing them to you, or
not personally, she was just showing up, and she said, I had like this super huge amount of parsley growing in my yard, and I cannot do anything with it. How about you guys, would you like to have it and eat it? And I had no idea either what to cook with it, other than doing potatoes and stuff like this. So I was just googling it, and then I came across I think it was a similar recipe than this one, and it turned out to be really great. So it's like putting parsley with pasta and frying this entire thing with a lot of garlic and everything was a good idea. Like I think there was no olives in it, but as you are not really having a sauce, but just the olive oil, to have a few chunks in it, like a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, and the olives, is actually great. And with the parsley, like you see, it's smelling really good in the kitchen already. then it's going to give it like a rich flavor, so which is really nice actually. And with the lemon, so with the lemon here, we are actually going to slice it up a little bit, and we are just putting it into the pan later. To cook with the olive oil a little bit, but obviously we are taking it out, so we are not eating the lemon.
Yeah, but can if I cannot afford to buy cheese, yeah, or don't know what cheese to buy, although we did say in this video it's Parmesan, but
Parmesan or Grana Padano.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, but if people cannot actually afford it, would it be okay to do the same recipe with just garlic and onions and basil?
It's okay.
Without the olives, because also I noticed olives are also a little bit expensive here.
Yeah,
And some people
think
don't
it's
like the taste of olives.
basically you can do the entire dish with just olive oil and garlic and maybe chili. Which would be like plain aglio olio then, which is fine, but to be honest, like if you are grading some Parmigiano or Grana Padano on top of your spaghetti in the end, like it's really making the entire story a different one. So
It's a quick dish to make and delicious. I do like it. I maybe mostly like it a lot because there's olive in it.
and because of the cheese.
Yes, and also the cheese. Oh.
And also it's you can actually make it really spicy, which is also really great then, but obviously it depends on how spicy you like.
So yeah.
Okay, I think we are done. So we have chopped our onion, garlic, the olives, they are also chopped a little bit, obviously.
Wait, let me join mine with yours first.
Yes, then we have all the
I
parsley
think my
here.
olives are tinier than yours. Woo! If this was a competition, I would have won. So are my
Depends
garlic.
if the competition was about making it small or chunky. If it was chunky, I would have won.
So, but the size doesn't matter, does it?
I like it a little bit chunky, so it's actually something that you can chew on. So now guys, we are going to take like all the stuff and we are putting it into the pan. So we already we prepared our things over here. So this is the pot where I'm going to put some hot water now. Very important, put some salt into the water to make the spaghetti taste good.
But do you know what Kenyans do differently?
No.
They put oil.
I wouldn't do that.
Why
because, like if you have like the spaghetti in there, you already have the oil right here. And if you put some oil into the water as well, like there will be a small film of oil around the spaghetti once you're taking them out of the water. And if you are then later on mixing them with your sauce, or like the oil that we are preparing with all the rich flavors here, the oil is not really attaching to like the spaghettis anymore. So I would rather have them dry, just cooking them with water, and then we are going to throw the entire thing into the oil to cook it a little bit and stirring it up.
So, but what is the... Okay, maybe I didn't get this, but why don't you put the oil? Isn't the oil good?
I actually have no idea why people are going to put oil. Maybe they don't like to have the pasta being sticky once they are picking them out of the water. This is the only idea I can come up with why people would actually do this. But to be honest, I wouldn't put oil into the water, but rather have the spaghettis dry and then later on put on the sauce and the oil.
Okie doke.
We'll see. Let's put it on. So I just put in like some water into this one, so I wait until it's boiling to actually put the pasta in there. Pasta, I think it will take about 5 minutes until it's done. So with the pan I'm going to put a good amount of oil in. So it can be more because like this will in the end be more or less the sauce. So it needs to be enough to actually cover all the pasta that we are cooking. So it can be a lot.
So put as much as you can with olive.
Yeah, like obviously it shouldn't swim in it, so it just needs to be enough to accommodate all the ingredients that we have prepared here.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's an easy dish where you are just throwing in all the ingredients in the end. So we are going to put some heat on it. Be careful that you are not making like the olive oil like sprinkle and too hot, because it's actually causing cancer if you are really boiling your olive oil. So
yeah, that is allegedly it causes cancer. Well, that is what my husband thinks. However, yeah, just don't boil it. But however, ooh, nice technique with the shit. Ooh, babe.
So actually,
you just did that so casual and so cool.
Yeah. I don't know if there's an actual order of how you are putting things in there. Usually I start with the most juiciest things, like maybe the onions and like maybe the, how's it called, the olives, and also chili flakes, because then the taste is spreading around and they are getting ready quicker. And usually,
but is it like a system?
It's my system. I'm not really a chef. It's just the way how I do it. But then yeah, I'm really putting some heat in it. So a lot of chili is going in there, and usually I put the garlic later than the onions.
Oh, you put a lot of chili because we like chili, but for someone who doesn't eat chili, they shouldn't put chili.
Obviously, then they should stay away from it.
Yes, that is for sure. So just add the chili if you feel like you're brave enough and you like chili. We'll eat a lot of chili. We love chili, spicy stuff. So if you do like spicy stuff, then go ahead and put as much as you can and as much as you can handle, obviously. Yeah, so what's going on now?
We are putting some how's it called, the olives, and we are putting also the garlic. Like, I'm not putting a lot of heat, I just let it cook, so like the flavors are spreading around a little bit. And I'm going also to put those guys in there right now. Be careful with the stones, so they are not...
The seeds, you mean?
Yeah, like the seeds here, so they are not going everywhere, because obviously you don't want them to be in your dish later. And with the other stuff, you just give it a little bit of a mix, and then we are waiting until we are done with it. And while this is cooking for itself a little bit, in the same time now the water started boiling. We are ready to put in the pasta.
That's already smelling so good. Anyway, the water here is boiling, you guys, like really boiling. Wow. And this is still cooking. So do you wait until the what is it called? The garlic turns golden, or the onions, or not?
The onions at some point they will become like a little bit like glass, so not see-through obviously, but so they are not as white anymore, as you can see here. And with the garlic, you can just also cook it a little bit, but I'm not roasting the garlic, because if it is becoming too hot, you have some burn flavors in them, which I don't really like actually.
that spaghetti is making such a nice carve right there.
Yeah, you can put the lid back on, and then I'm just going to give it a stir in a few minutes.
And the lid is back on.
So like
you
this,
guys, this is smelling so good.
Yeah, and this one is just some chunky stuff that we can enjoy later. And as you see, like you do not really have it on a high flame. It's actually like the lowest possible one, but the oil is already quite hot.
So don't cook it on high heat, just put it as low as you can. Of course, guys, this will be saving you some gas as well. So it's something that you're not cooking with a lot of, heat. And in goes the
carbs. I can going to push some of those in.
Peppers, C-A-P-E-R-S.
Peppers.
Yeah. So let's go in. You see them there.
The water.
And a little bit of the juice from the container. Just for the flavor. My mouth is becoming so watery already.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's good.
Just to avoid this from spilling, I'm going to open it a little. And put it back on. Stir it a little.
So they are not like attaching to each other, so every one is by its own.
Sometime a while back, I thought that's what the salt is for, to make sure that the spaghetti separates itself.
No, it's actually like, have you ever eaten unsalted spaghettis?
No, I always put salt, but
You better.
now I eat unoiled spaghettis, but before my mom taught me to put it with oil, so
Yeah, my mom did the same, but
different.
I don't actually know what is the right way to go about it, but I always had the feeling if I had some sauce or I was doing a
That
dish like
basil
this.
is making it smell so good.
Parsley is. I think we actually can use a little bit more oil.
Ooh,
I put it to the lowest.
needs to be opened again.
Yeah, I was always leaving away the oil because I have the feeling that if you already have oil, then like the sauce is not really sticking to it, and if you actually have sauce or something like this, like the flavored ones that you actually really appreciate is the ones that is giving the flavors to the spaghetti. So then I don't see the point why putting other oil just for the cooking part. I don't know if there's any professional pasta cookers out there. Maybe they can leave a comment what is actually the most the best way how to
go about it.
Yes.
Yeah, let us know if you know what is the best way to go about it, but for us I think this works.
Yes. So that's gonna be really juicy here. So we will just wait until like the pasta is al dente. So you have to try them from time to time. I think it's not really 5 minutes yet, but I do not actually count the minutes to cook it, but from time to time I taste them. And spaghetti are actually the best if you try them and they are still a little bit hard.
Yeah, so it should not be like totally done, it should just be a little bit done.
Yeah, so they shouldn't be soft.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't crack if you bite it, but there's still should be like some resistance if you are biting in it, because the texture is then a way more enjoyable.
Yeah, so it should be done, but not super done. In short.
Yes, basically.
Like,
yes.
yeah. Anyway, let us get them out from boiling now.
Okay, so now it's the point of time where we are taking out the lemons, because I just got rid of the water from the spaghetti, as they are now very good and al dente. And now I'm just going to take those spaghettis, throw it into the mixture of the oil and the herbs and the garlic and all the good things, and just give it a good stir, so all the good things are going everywhere, so we can give it a little bit more heat, so things are staying warm. And I'm just going to stir it up a little bit, so all the oil is covering the spaghetti. So you see there's no need of putting the oil into the water in my perspective, as it's now just soaking in all the oil and the flavor from like the herbs and the garlic and every nice ingredients that we had previously. So I think we are actually good to go with our dish on the plates now. If you're really fancy people, you can even maybe preheat the plates that you have got. In our house we do not really have a lot of space for this kind of advanced technologies, so we are just taking our usual things, and then you just take all the good spaghettis and try without accident putting it onto the plate, making it a little bit presentable with maybe putting some of the herbs on top of it. Like you can even grab a little bit from the ground here, it's always gathering to make it nice. And in the end, the most important part, obviously, like the parmesan, is going on top of it. So you're just holding it and stretch it over. And you have a really nice dish. So guys, as you saw, like this was a quick and simple dish, and it's actually very delicious.
Thank you for someone who cooked.
I'm getting red.
Thank you for cooking.
Try.
So,
from 1 to 10.
Let's see. Well, I've eaten this dish before, so
Yeah.
you guys have to tell us from 1 to 10 what you think. But yeah, it always gets my mouth watery, and of course we have some extra cheese there, so in case I need more, it's going to be fine.
Emergent cheese. Is good. If you would like to reproduce this recipe from us, feel free, of course, and maybe you give a thumbs up if you actually think this looks delicious. I hope it does, because for me and also for you, I hope this actually.
Absolutely. Oh my god, I have an hiccup, sorry. Anyway, it's really good.
Yeah? Okay.
Anyway, here is the... You cooking? Happy?
Healthy.
Love you. And for you, thank you for watching, and we hope you try our recipe and tell us in the comment what you guys think. Remember to like, share, comment and subscribe.
All the good things.
Yeah, and there's more coming. More recipes Comment if you want more recipes to come, because we have a bunch of more stuff to cook.
Yeah,
right?
but not next week.
Well, we cook every day, so we can film every day. Right? Anyway, yeah, that's it for the video. Remember to like, share, comment, and
Subscribe.
subscribe.